This video is brought to you by Grainger Warranty, your #1 online source for factory-backed extended warranties in the country.
Truck buyers in the comments always say that they want a basic, an honest truck. So today we have brought one of the most basic trucks you can buy today, the new 2026 Nissan Frontier, but we're going to compare it to something even more basic.
Yes, it doesn't get actually any more basic than this Land Rover Defender 130 pickup truck.
Yeah, so that's a 1996 Defender. And for all of you guys and gals out there who say you really want a basic truck, you're going to find out in this video whether that's something that you really want. So let's look at the Frontier first, Andre. Under the hood, no turbochargers.
No, it's a straight up, very simple V6, 3.8 liters, and it actually makes a lot of horsepower. I mean, it's quite a nice engine, actually.
Yeah, 310 horsepower, 281 pound-foot of torque, and made it to a very modern 9-speed automatic.
Well, that's not that basic, is it? 9 speeds?
Yeah, it's not all that basic, but
Come on.
As trucks go, when you think about it, the Tacoma is a turbocharged 4-cylinder, the GM Twins Canyon Colorado 4-cylinder turbocharged. This is still naturally inducted.
Exactly. And also, I mean, Frontiers, of course, used to have manual transmissions, but in the recent years, they kind of walked away from it. I wish there was still an option to buy a manual transmission Frontier, but not so right now.
And let's talk about the basic 4-wheel drive system, right? So you've got rear-wheel drive, you've got 4-wheel drive, 4 high or 4 low, but you have no automatic.
Exactly. And you have a locking differential in this guy. So, I mean, from an off-road perspective, it's pretty durable, it's nice, but you know, all-wheel drive makes it more fancy, so maybe it's good that it doesn't have it.
Yeah, and back here, in the business end of it, no fancy tailgate, my man, just a straight-up dampened regular tailgate.
Yeah, that's good, and it's bedline, it's got bed rails. You know, Nissan basically invented this solution back in, early 2000s with the Titan and the Frontier. So really, really solid. There's even a power outlet right there. So you're getting a lot of features for actually not a lot of money.
Well, this one's almost $49,000.
Okay, but comparatively speaking, when you talk about Tacomas and Rangers and Colorados, this is fairly affordable.
But let me show you where it gets really basic. Gavin, why don't you jump in the back? Andre, why don't you jump in the passenger seat?
Okay.
And I'll show you how basic this gets inside. So remember how everybody has gone to those full glass roofs?
Yes.
Not anymore. Look at this. Traditional sunroof.
You know what, you could argue you don't need it, right? I mean, it is traditional, it's pretty small, but you could also just get rid of it.
And then this is the most basic of all. Look at that, analog gauges.
Nice.
Nice, no digital gauges, and look at all of these buttons, Andre.
Look at the buttons down here too. I mean, you've got heated steering wheel is its own button down here. You've got very simple buttons that have existed for what, 20 years maybe more.
And here's a 4-wheel drive system, 2-wheel drive, 4 high and 4 low. And then you've got, look at this, a radio with traditional volume knob, with the traditional tuning knob.
Wow.
And then some buttons on the steering wheel, but it's about as basic as it gets, right? There's no self-driving here, there's no autonomy, it's basic cruise control, and then you can do things like, you know, pick your source and then change the volume of the radio. Regular window controls.
Oh, they're powered, Roman.
Oh, they are powered, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
We didn't go. You can't get a roll-down window truck. You just can't.
Can right there.
Well, we'll get to that one in a second.
We'll get to that.
But you see what I'm saying? You do have kind of a big screen here. That's new, but like even the vent controls are there.
Yeah, it's all nice.
Yeah, and you know, basic. Wrap steering wheel.
Glove box.
Yeah.
Very simple. You got a little 12 volt here. So yeah, there's a lot of similarities. Nice cup holders. And actually, you and I are sitting comfortably here.
Yeah, and you know, you do have nice things, like I said, like heated seats. If you're looking for peace of mind, in other words, if you want a warranty that goes beyond the manufacturer warranty, you're not going to get it on this 1996 Defender, but you can get an extended warranty on this brand new Frontier at our friends Grainger by clicking on the link below. And if you get that warranty, not only will you extend this truck's manufacturer warranty, but when something breaks, you'll have full coverage using OEM parts, using dealership tech technicians, and best of all, you'll have peace of mind. Something I wish I had on this, Andre.
Yeah, not a lot of peace of mind there.
No, not a lot of peace of mind. All right, Andre, would you call this the most basic of the mid-size trucks? Actually, of all the trucks.
Well, yeah, in a way, because it's kind of using simple engineering. It may not have the highest payload or the highest towing or the highest torque, but it does everything really, really well.
Yeah, and I think you'd be hard-pressed to find a truck with analog gauges anymore.
Yeah,
Certainly with this many buttons.
exactly.
You know, buttons for everything. You know, with kind of this honest approach to trucking, right? The truck has always been the biggest tool in your toolbox, and it's meant to do two things, and that is haul and tow. And this is as close as you're going to get to that kind of old school, old-fashioned recipe, unless you get something that is much more old.
Exactly. And this pavement we're driving over is not perfect, but how does it handle? Because it's pretty comfy.
I think it's really comfy, and that's part of the reason is because it's an off-road truck. And off-road trucks have some of the best suspension travel. They have some of the best damping. It's just a really comfortable truck on road. And if it can go and handle, you know, ruts and holes and deep cavities in the off-road world, it'll certainly do well in these little, you know, rutted out roads that we're on where all you're going to run over is manhole covers and some irregular pavement.
Yeah, it's got Bilstein shocks and leaf springs in the back. And you and I also taken it into the snowy off-road areas, and you'll be able to see that video soon.
Yeah, it's over at alltfl.com. And the other thing I like about this truck is trucks have gotten so giant. And once upon a time, you know, a full-size truck was a big truck, but now a full-size truck, everything's going up one category, basically. Yeah. So a full-size truck is what heavy duties used to be, and mid-size trucks are now kind of full-size trucks, but this is still pretty small, pretty manageable.
Yeah, and the bed is like, it's easy to reach in, right?
Yep.
It's really easy to load. The back seat is not huge, unfortunately, in this truck.
No, you do pay the price for that.
Yeah, but dimensionally speaking, it's what mid-sized trucks used to be, right? And that's still very nice.
And look, everybody says they want a basic truck, but let's face it, Andre, trucks today have become the family trucksters for a lot of people. And so while you say you want a tool, you end up wanting something that has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, heated seats, heated steering wheel, because for many people this is their commuter vehicle, their go-to-work vehicle, their do-everything vehicle.
Yeah, and I think that's why the pricing has creeped up, right, on a lot of these pickup trucks. But this Frontier can still do all that. That's the important part.
Yeah, and if you like forced induction, then this is probably not the vehicle for you. But if you're old school and you like cylinders, then
displacement.
Yes. And
there's no replacement for this.
Yeah, there's 6 cylinders of displacement goodness here. Well, let's jump in the Defender and let's compare what 1996, so 2026, what is that, 30 years of truck development have done. I think this is what people think of when they think of basic. So let's start with the design. It's basically
several boxes.
Exactly. It's
attached to each other.
It's a traditional 3-box design.
Yes, it's amazing.
In terms of amenities, there isn't much, but there is something unique under the hood, which is what basic trucks are. And that is, I'll pop it open. Look at that. Now that is a diesel engine, Andre.
TDI.
Yep, exactly. So that's not that basic. It's a turbocharged diesel.
Yes.
Doesn't put out a lot of power, just over 100 horsepower.
Yeah, and it's got a good amount of torque.
Yeah.
But also, this is called the 130. Yeah. 130 refers to the wheelbase, which
for
is
the
actually
truck, not the engine. The truck.
Yeah.
130.
So it's actually a pretty large vehicle and not a lot of horsepower to move this vehicle.
No, but look, somebody put fancy.
Oh wow, not very well.
Yeah, just noticed that. That's not grand, is it? Somebody put fancy headlights, but for the most part, you've got, turn signal there, indicator there. Is this one better? This one seems to be better. We should probably fix that.
Yeah, we should.
That's probably next thing to be fixed. But yeah, it's very traditional. It's very boxy, and in terms of amenities, well, actually, let's go and look.
Let's get in.
No, before you do that, let me show you the Plus. So what's the payload on this guy? Did you look?
Just over 1,000 pounds. Let me double check.
Yeah. Why don't you double check?
It's 1,040.
Do you know what the payload on this is?
Over 2,400 pounds.
Yeah, it's incredible,
Number.
isn't it? So 1,145 kilograms. So multiply that by 2.2.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's like 2,500 almost.
Yeah. And then look at the size of this bed. I mean, whoo-hoo.
Well, it's not tremendously huge, but it's still very capable.
Yeah, and it's also a very basic bumper back here. In other words,
Or lack of bumper.
Yeah.
Because why would you need the bumper?
and then you've got these, very basic turn signal lights. I'm still taken aback that our little headlight is kind of messed up right now.
But also, this has a hitch. So this is equipped kind of with a triangulated hitch. This wiring is not really American spec, but we also kind of want to tow with this pickup truck, but it's going to be a challenge because the horsepower is not very high. So this is kind of a slowish truck.
Yeah, but it's got a giant bed, and of course this is nothing fancy about this tailgate. It's not even dampened, and I don't want to take all this off right now.
Here, poke in.
Yeah,
This is a secret.
and you can see
This
it's
is a
been well
secret.
used.
Oh, yes.
So this is a '96 Defender, and it's had 15,000 miles since it's been refurbished, but I think over 200,000 kilometers on it.
On the engine or on the powertrain, right?
No, on the truck.
But on the truck. But
Yeah.
the engine was refurbished.
Well, everything was refurbished. It was repainted. It was redone. The whole
It's
thing's
got coil
refurbished.
springs in the back. Take a look. Coil springs, solid axle, lots of ground clearance. And look at this, Roman. The door opens at more than 90 degrees. I mean, there's a lot of access. This also has a high roof option, right?
Yep, exactly.
So lots of headroom here.
I think
look
it's
at
called
this.
a high cap. Tall cap, high cap.
Nice.
And then if you get behind the wheel here, this is, like I said, analog gauges, of course. We have clock, water temperature,
And fuel.
diesel, and a speedometer. That's
You know
it.
what I wish it had? I wish it had a tachometer.
It doesn't
I
have a
want to know.
tachometer.
I want to know. We should add one maybe somehow because I want to know what the engine.
You gotta get
is
one of
doing.
those that like you mount over here back. Like
Yeah.
we used to do back in the 80s. And then temperature controls, basic fan speed right there.
Yes.
And then over here you've got your high or low and where the temperature goes. And then,
And an ashtray prominent. You have to have an ashtray.
but you do have a little power outlet right there. And
12
then,
volt.
Then here's your diff. So you've got neutral
Center diff, yeah.
and high and low, and that's it. No locker at all. And actually 2 cup holders. I think this didn't come with cup holders. And then if you want to get a little colder in here, you got these little controls for the vents.
Yeah, which little flaps, right?
Little flaps that open up, yeah.
Little flaps open up in the front. So actually a lot of functionality. But Roman, we need to drive both of these. What?
That's the horn.
On the side?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah, we need to drive these because the driving experience is actually very special in this Land Rover.
Straight away, it's a different experience because I could feel the vibration of the diesel.
Well, also I'm not sitting right next to you.
Actually, there is some space here, but Roman, there's
no
not
space.
a lot of space on the other side.
That's always been a thing about Defenders.
Yes.
They've always had a little bit of space taken away from you on one side and added on the other. First of all, the one thing about this truck that I love, besides the fact that it is endearing and charming, is the fact that it actually has a really good ride because this is, like you said, the 130, which is the longest of the Defenders.
Yeah,
And long wheelbases are comfortable. Think of a bus.
exactly. You know what? It's amazing because we talked about payload. Whenever I think about high payload vehicles, I think about jaw-breaking ride of like a dually, right?
yep, not
But this combines payload and a little bit of comfort as well.
Yeah,
or a lot of comfort.
It's actually super comfortable. It's a little loud because of the diesel. I'm not sure there's a lot of noise suppression.
Insulation and isolation.
There's not a lot of that. But it does have the thing that makes trucks so much fun, and that is a manual transmission. When's the last time you saw a manual in a modern truck?
Well,
is
there's
there
only
one?
like 2 left, right?
What 2 can you get a manual?
So right now, this year for 2026,
Yep.
you could get a Tacoma with a manual,
Yep.
but there's not a lot of them. You have to be kind of looking for that. And then you could also get a, you know what? I keep forgetting if the Jeep got rid of their manual or if they're bringing it back. But just a few months ago, you could get also a manual in a Jeep Gladiator.
And that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, basically.
And the other thing that's charming about this is, you know, I'm going to use the T word here, tractor, but it's not that slow. I mean, it will keep up with traffic. And it actually has a very surprising steering. I think the steering is really good.
Yeah, it's not super loosey-goosey like an older truck might be, right?
No, it's pretty sorted.
Yeah, and we're going over the same pavement, and it's really comfortable. I'm amazed.
And I know we don't have an air conditioner, we don't have a radio, we don't have ABS, we don't have stability control, we don't even
Do we have airbags?
No, or heated seats,
Oh.
or heated steering wheel.
Okay.
But you know, I don't care about any of that. I kind of feel like this goes with the character of the truck.
Yeah.
Manual transmission, good steering, basic heating, and if you want, Bluetooth audio. There you go.
Yeah, and you know what else? Visibility. I can see almost next to me here. I can see what's happening on your side. I can see my hood. Its visibility is amazing in this truck.
Yeah, straight up windshield. You're
Yes.
exactly right. Even
Yes.
those mirrors are pretty tiny.
They're tiny, but they're usable still.
Yeah.
You know what else is good because it's a little bit narrower than most trucks? It's off-road capability, right? You could squeeze in more areas between trees.
Well, the Defender, if it's known for anything, it's known for
Yeah.
off-road ability.
Yes.
And of course, back 30 years ago, this would have been the truck that like the UN would have used
Yes.
before the Land Cruiser maybe came along. And like I said, the 130 was or is the longest of the Defenders.
Yeah.
And this is, I think it's called the high cap. This does have the most headroom. And I find the seats actually pretty comfortable. I find the driving very charming and enjoyable, and I could cross country in this. Like I said, give me Bluetooth audio and wireless speaker, and I'm good to go, dude.
You know what would make this just that much better?
If the light weren't screwed
No.
in better.
No. I think a Chevy V8 would make this a gem.
No. You
don't think so?
No. This has got to be the diesel.
Let's swap it. That's what I'm saying.
No, I don't touch it. It's perfect the way it is. The diesel gives it all its character. You love that like percolator sound. It just makes it perfect.
We should gauntlet this and see if we love it. Which I doubt it will actually go up the mountain by itself. I really doubt it.
What do you mean we won't go up a mountain?
It's got 111 horsepower, Roman.
Yeah, but it's got a lot of torque. It's all about torque.
195.
Yeah, that's plenty.
I think my wheelbarrow has that much torque.
Oh my God,
No,
Andre,
I'm just kidding.
You are dissing a really cool old truck for all the modern conveniences of the stuff that people now hate. I'll go up. Let's do that. We'll like this thing, but first we're gonna figure out how to convert that European pin to American standard.
yes.
Yeah, or we won't have any lights. All right, Andre. So as tested, this brand new 2026 Frontier is almost $50,000. It's about $48,000.
Yeah, but compared to like a Tier D Pro Tacoma, which is $65,000, actually that's not a bad price.
And you do get a lot of technology, and you do get a lot of modern convenience features. But that truck was is a 1996, and we paid $33,500 for it.
Which seems like a lot of money for an older truck, but this is such a special vehicle. You won't see many of these anywhere, and also the driving experience is pretty comfy and very endearing.
Yeah, it's, I think that was a good word. It's endearing and it's cool.
Yeah.
And, cool and endearing are worth a lot of money, especially in today's world where everything is so technologically laden that you just want to go back to basics. And yes?
But where's Apple CarPlay, Roman? Where's Android Auto? How do I listen to my podcasts?
Wireless Bluetooth speaker paired to your phone.
Nice.
I have one of those. It's charging.
There you go.
And of course, I think we can fix that.
No, we need to replace these because I'm not a fan of this design of the headlamp.
They look like bug-eyed, don't they?
Yeah, we need to replace that.
Yeah, everything about this is like very original,
except for the headlamp.
Except for the headlamp.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's another thing on our to-do list. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments below if you still want a basic truck, because basic could also mean tractor-like, Andre.
Yeah, and slow.
And slow. Like
Yeah.
I said, tractor-like.
Yes.
We'll see you next time. Ciao.